I'll block out the light a bit. There we go.
Yeah. Looks like it's a good scene you've set there.
Thank you. This is my spare bedroom that I've converted into a studio, but I have like a square. It's tiny in here, so I have a square foot basically, and I've got like a laundry basket where my interface is.
Yeah.
And it's but it does the job. It's cut me out.
I bet that exposed brick is great for like, you know, when you want to mix something, all that reverberation.
It sounds so great. It sounds so great.
Yeah, I think that would offend a lot of people if you said that was your voice.
It's just demos. It's just demos. I don't know.
Oh, that's all right then. It's got that charm, I'm sure. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we begin?
Let's do it, man.
All right. So normally how I start this is with a hello. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having me. How you doing?
I'm good. Well, thanks for coming. And what I was going to say actually, to stop with this, is I'm really happy to have you guys on for our festival because I really like your music. But I'm also really happy to have some boys from the Midlands on. I want some Midlands representation.
Yeah.
Because I think it's often forgotten about the Midlands. The North has got such a strong identity. The South also. The Midlands.
That's very true. We're actually from. So the band is myself and Tom, but obviously I can't see him at the minute. But we're from the smallest county in England, which is called Rutland, which is right in the middle of the country, and it's so small we haven't even got a McDonald's.
You haven't even got one?
No, there's no fast food here. It's a big debate locally.
Right.
When's it going to come? I mean, I'm desperate for it. So.
Is it one of those like protecting local heritage and local?
I think it probably is, but it's a bit ridiculous. It would be nice to have a Mackey's, you know, bring some jobs.
Do you know what? Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm from the West Midlands. That's where I grew up. In my town, there's 4 McDonald's in my town.
Where are you from in the West?
I'm from Telford in the West Midlands, in Shropshire.
Yeah, lovely.
I mean, you may have heard of it. There's all those grooming gangs that were there.
Oh, fun! Yeah.
And there was had the highest teenage pregnancy rate for a few years running. So that's like the claim to fame. And there's 4 McDonald's.
Wow, that's the big 3. Triple threat.
That's it. Come to Telford. We've got this, and this. Yeah. But I want to talk maybe about the smallest county in England. What's the music scene like there? You've not even got McDonald's. What's the
music scene is pretty much just us. No, it's not. It's not great, to be honest. It's not great. It's there's a couple of really, really nice small independent venues that are probably suffering a bit at the minute, which we cut our teeth playing. We've been a band for like 8 years, so actually longer than that now, probably 9 years. But there's not much of a scene, so we just wanted to tour all the time to try and we spend a lot more time writing here than we do playing, just because there's not very many opportunities to get out on stage here, which is fine, but we live
you had to go on tour.
Yeah, you had to. So it's good for locking yourself away and writing, because there's not a lot going on, which is nice.
I think that's quite a nice thing in a way, actually, that you've got the peace and quiet of home. You know, that's your kind of like creative den, and then the world is your lobster. You know. Yeah.
It's a nice balance. It's funny because when we're on tour, I always crave I wish I could just be home and writing. But then when I'm here, I'm like, oh God, I wish I could just be in some dodgy hotel in Edinburgh. I mean, what's not to love?
So which do you prefer then, do you think?
I think touring.
At any given time.
I think we're predominantly a live band. I think we're happiest on the road, because everyone that tours with us, like all of our session boys and our crew, are all our best friends anyway. So it ends up being like a bit of like a jolly holiday for the 6 or 7 of us there are now. But it's lovely. So touring, I think I'd probably say.
You had a song come out a few days ago now, Good Goodbye. Tell us a little bit about that song and tell us about the response that you've gotten from that.
Yes, we had a single out called Good Goodbye last Thursday, I think, and it was the first single we put out through a label, which is pretty cool, and which was a new experience for us, because from day dot we've been an independent. We still are an independent band, I suppose. We're unmanaged. We're partly unsigned. But it's been a nice experience to work with a excited team, which has been really fun, and it also means less admin for us to do, which is always a winner. It's been really good. It was a song written last June down in the seaside, at the seaside. Terrible English. We wanted to write a song about a breakup. Not that either of us had had one, because we're players, but that's definitely a joke. I'm definitely not a player. But we wanted to write a breakup song from the perspective of the person doing the breaking up with, not the person being dumped. Because we hear all these songs today about, all these pop tunes about being dumped and taking back your independence and or even just like whining and crying over it. We wanted to write a song from the person being like, you know what, this isn't really working. You are going to be better off without me. So Good Goodbye is meant to be like a positive waving goodbye to something that isn't particularly great in your life.
Because not every breakup has to be
exactly
horrible, and
exactly.
and just because you got broken up with doesn't mean necessarily you were in the right, so to say.
Totally. And sometimes it's the best thing to happen. So that's what we sort of wanted to channel in the writing.
Fantastic. And what's the response been?
It's been really fun. It's been really good. We have a very enthusiastic, very lovely fan base who are super, and they've really got behind it, which is lovely. And got some radio coming in and some press and stuff. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Fantastic. Well, I wish you all the best with that one, because that is along with all the other songs. I listened to it this morning to get myself in the headspace. And, man, I wish it was sunny out here, because
it's a summery tune. It's a summery. We wrote it. Do you remember that really hot period last year, like May or June, when it was like hotter than the sun? It was written in that period where we were like in our pants, like just sweating out. It was written at the height of summer. But yeah, it's a shame it's so grey, but it's definitely a summery bop.
Definitely. The reason we're talking today is because you guys were meant to play 2000 Trees, and of course 2000 Trees hasn't gone ahead because of you might have heard of it, the COVID-19.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously we've been in a lockdown, and we're both in England, and it's starting to ease. But how have you been coping during this lockdown? I can imagine it's been all right in your little studio you've got there. Yeah,
it's been up and down, really. I think so. I've done like 17 weeks, I think, of just being here. The only time I went out was because we needed to do some press shoots for the label last 2 weeks ago. And that was the first time I saw Tom, who's the other dude in the band. And it was weird. It was really strange to be out, and we shot around some of the little market towns where we live, because it was safest to do that. And they're just deserted. And it was really strange to see the world, because I've not really been out. I've just been here and just been cooking and occasionally popping to the shop. But it's almost like I feel so detached now from the rest of the world outside. It's going to be really strange to reintroduce. I've forgotten how to talk to humans. Which you probably found out at the start of this call. Was like,
I don't know. I think you did a pretty good job, so far. I think don't sell yourself short.
So it's been up and down. I've sort of enjoyed the piece because our lifestyle was a bit hectic, and I was sort of wanting a holiday. Or not like this has been a pleasant holiday at all, but it gave me a point to pause and to do some stuff that I wanted to get around to doing. So we had so many demos that needed finishing that I've suddenly had time to do, and to read some books, and I've done some jigsaws, and I've walked my little shoes to the ground, and I've cooked loads. So yeah, it's been quite therapeutic, but but also quite low at some points. But yeah, it's been okay. It's been good to do music.
Yeah, I bet. I think a lot of people would agree with you there. It's sort of been a time for reflection for quite a lot of people.
Absolutely.
And it's such an unusual amount of time, and in such unusual circumstances that no one has ever experienced before, but everyone has experienced all at once.
It's absolutely crazy, and that's such a cliche to say that it was crazy, but it is. Like, I remember before this all happened in April, we were like doing post-production for festivals. We were getting ready to record, not to record, but to rehearse our live set for festivals, and then it's obviously this all happened, and we just went away for 4 months. And a few weeks ago I had to go to our rehearsal space to pick up some mics to record, and everything was just as it was left when we left that day. And it was just like something like a bomb had gone off. It was like all our empty Coke cans and stuff, and all like the notes we were making just as they were when we left 4 months ago. It's really crazy. We'll talk about
And
this.
like in like Chernobyl, when like they
Yeah,
go back, and
exactly,
like people's dinners
yeah.
are still sitting there. And,
Probably
yeah,
not dramatic.
without, I mean, few less deaths. I don't
Without the
know.
nuclear
Without
fallout. There was some nuclear fallout, but I think that was just the
yeah,
bit.
it was, yeah, maybe not quite as dramatic. in
Yeah,
that regard.
not quite as
No.
explosive.
No, absolutely. But although we shouldn't downplay the severity of what has happened.
No, it is really scary. And actually, even going to the shops now, I am a bit anxious, I suppose, about being around other people and being out in public. And I feel myself holding my breath. I went to go and buy some onions the other day, and it was like a big deal. I was like, I had to give myself a little pep talk to go and buy onions. And I was in the shop, and I was like holding my breath around people.
I think we're split. I think there's like people who are feeling the same way as you, and there's people who live in Brighton and the pubs opened Saturday, and if you saw the pictures from like Soho and stuff, and like, I think there's a very clear divide about who cares and who doesn't care really about what's going on. What do you think you've learned about yourself?
I think I've learned that my lifestyle was so go all the time. I felt like I had to be. I think music can feel very competitive sometimes. Especially at a band of our level, where we've been around a while, so we sort of know how everything works. But it's not like this is our full-time job where we're depending on this for an income. We're both doing stuff as well in the industry to fill our pockets up, but there's no money in music. So I think what my mental state was, a lot of pressure on myself to always be writing and to always be networking and connecting. And I would do like probably 40 hours a week of just admin just to try and keep our snowball moving. And it really stressed me out. And I think what I've learned in this time is it's good to pause. And the times when you're not, it's a bit like writing. The times when you're not writing are probably equally as productive as the times you are, because you need time to process stuff and to like let stuff stew and let ideas stew. And it's really easy to stress about that, like, oh my god, I'm not writing songs at the minute, but this stuff sort of comes from like, I don't know, deeper in your brain. So it's been good to pause, and I've learned that I don't need to be go all the time, and I can just sort of take stuff at my own pace a little bit.
Fraser, where can people find you, follow you online?
Everywhere. We're on all the streaming platforms, which I've just forgotten. Oh my god, I forgot what Spotify was called. That one, Spongefies.
Yeah.
Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, and also like all the socials: Instagram, Twitter, Club Penguin, Facebook, all the big ones. Bebo, MSN.
You got a MySpace account?
Yeah, of course we do. We're not living in 2001 here, mate. Of course we have a
Oh dear. All right. Well, thank you so much for speaking.
Thanks for having me, man. It's been really lovely to chat.
Been a real pleasure, and yeah, I hope to catch you guys out on the road somewhere. Maybe if there's a McDonald's opens up somewhere near you, we can.
Let's go for dinner. Let's wear suits.
We can definitely do that. All right. Bye bye.
Loads of love, dude. Bye.